So we're gonna open Cronometer, and it should be on your diary down there at the bottom. So to create a custom meal that you would get at a restaurant, we're gonna do it this way. So tap on the bottom apple here that says foods. And then at the very top, you'll see custom meals, custom recipes, and custom foods. So you can do a meal. So if you tap on create meal, you can put in the name of the meal, add all of the food items within that meal, and then when you hit next, it will create it for you. But the problem that I found was you can't select the serving size. So let's say you did create your turkey club sandwich from your favorite restaurant. What if you only eat half of that sandwich that day? If it's a meal, on my end, since I have the free version of Cronometer, it doesn't let me select my serving size was half of that meal. So this is why I'm going to do a custom recipe instead, because you can select the serving size. So we're going to tap on create recipe. And let's name this turkey club sandwich from restaurant A. So whichever restaurant you get this favorite sandwich from. And we're going to tap on add ingredient. So first, let's start with the bread. And I don't know what kind of bread it is, but for the sake of this demonstration, we'll just do sourdough bread. Try and pick the closest option. So see how there's all these different brands. I'm just gonna go with the top one up here that says sourdough bread. Pretty standard, basic. So tap on it. And then up here it says amount. And under the amount, it says the serving size. So I'm hoping this gives you slices as a serving size. So let me tap on this G right here. And it does say large slice, small slice. So if you're at a restaurant, I'm going to assume it's a large slice. So I'm going to select large slice. And then up here for the amount, since it's just sandwich, I'm going to tap in this little rectangle and hit 2. Then if you just put your finger anywhere on the screen and swipe up a little bit, you can see, before you even enter it, you can see the calories and the macros. Go down a little bit more. You can see all the other nutrients in here. Keep going, all sorts. So everything is in there if you just want to glance at these are going to be approximate calories, macros, and micronutrients within 2 slices of large slices of sourdough bread. So once you have your amount and your serving size, you just tap add to recipe. So your bread is in there, and we'll go a little bit faster now for the rest of the ingredients. So hit add ingredient, and we'll try and do turkey breast slices. So let's do something really generic. Deli meat, turkey breast, oven roasted, sliced up here at the top. Here's ounces. So let me see if they have just a slice. Okay, so there's 1 slice. And I'm assuming that this is 19 grams is a pretty thin slice. So once you see your sandwich at the restaurant, maybe you take a photo of it, or if you really want to get into it, you could even ask the server if they know the approximate serving size of the turkey meat. Maybe they have an answer for you. Maybe the person in the back making the sandwich can say, oh yes, this is a 1/4 pound of turkey or something like that. So this says 1 slice. So I'm just going to assume it's a big sandwich. Maybe it has 6 slices on it. Again, when you're at the restaurant looking at the sandwich, you can kind of eyeball this. So I'm just going to assume this has 6 slices. And then when I put in the 6, you can see it shows the calories, energy, protein, carbs, fats. Again, scroll down, it shows you everything else. So we're just gonna hit add to recipe. So there's our turkey, and then we're going to hit add ingredient for, let's do the bacon. And if you're at a restaurant, it's probably good quality, thick sliced bacon. So I'm just gonna type in thick cut bacon. So do a generic brand, Smithfield bacon down here, the third one. I think that's pretty common. Or Kroger, or even the one at the very top, Great Value, Walmart. Let's just do Great Value since it's at the top. So we'll do the one at the top. So 2 slices is the serving size. So maybe on your BLT or your turkey club, there's 4 slices. You'll just have to look. So up here in the amount, let's say there's 4 slices of bacon. Put the number 2, because 2 slices is 1 serving. We had 2 servings of that, 4 slices, and hit add to recipe. And then usually there's tomato, lettuce, cheese, mayonnaise, butter, all those things. So we're gonna do with something else with a lot of calories, we'll do the butter. So I'm assuming, let's just assume the bread is toasted. And if it's toasted, usually at a restaurant, they put something on it, like a butter, or they do it on the griddle in some sort of an oil or a fat or something. So we'll just say they toasted the bread and there's butter on it. So we'll assume there's about 1 tablespoon. If it's a really large sandwich, there could be 2 tablespoons. So we're just gonna add our butter. So hit add to recipe. Then there's probably, I'm assuming, mayonnaise. And if you're at a restaurant, it's going to be a pretty fatty standard mayonnaise, nothing too healthy there, unless you're at a very healthy, health conscious type of restaurant. So we'll do mayonnaise here at the top, 1 tablespoon, add to recipe. So we've got, and if you want to see all of your ingredients here, see how it's kind of blocking it because of my keyboard? You just hit this blue button, done, and you're not done yet. You can still add, but this is just to get it out of the way. You have your bread, turkey, bacon, butter, mayonnaise, and let's say there's tomato, raw tomato. Going down to the serving size, I want to see if it has the size in slices. Okay, it does. Go down here towards the middle where it says a thick slice. So let's do a thick slice of tomato. Let's say there's 2 slices. Add to recipe. Then maybe there's cheese. I don't know what kind of cheese. Let's say provolone. No, provolone cheese. Try and find one that's just pretty standard. This one at the top looks pretty standard. So does it have, yes, it has a slice. It says right here towards the middle, slice from pre-sliced package, probably pretty standard measurement. Let's say there's 2 slices of cheese on the sandwich, add to recipe. So let's see, we have our bread, turkey, bacon, butter, mayonnaise, tomato, and cheese. Maybe lettuce. I'm not going to add lettuce because that's kind of minuscule, but so now we're done with our sandwich, all the ingredients we think that is in it. So now we're going to hit next. And this says, this is going to ask you how you want to do your serving sizes. So this serving name, I'm just going to leave it as serving. And then the servings per recipe, this is 1 sandwich, so it's 1 serving. So we're just going to leave it at that. So hit next. And then this is where you can, if you're creating a recipe at your house, if you're creating meatloaf recipe or something like that, you can add the instructions in this section, which I like. But we don't have instructions here for this sandwich from a restaurant. So we're just gonna hit next. And this is kind of giving you a summary of everything. So up here is the title, Turkey Club Sandwich from Restaurant A. The serving size is the full recipe, everything. Here's your energy summary, are the calories and the macros in the sandwich. Then it gives you the breakdown of all the other nutrients. So once you're happy with that, pause for a second. If you're not happy with this, if you think something looks off or if you did something wrong, you can always hit back and you can go back and edit. But I think it looks good. So we're just gonna hit save recipe. All right, so now it takes you back to this main screen under foods. So right now it shows my custom recipes. I have 6. And so if this is your first recipe, it will have 1 recipe there. So I'm just gonna tap on custom recipes just to see it. So it's up here at the very top, Turkey Club Sandwich from Restaurant A. So it's in there, I see it. So let me hit back up here where it has the foods in the back arrow, so back. And now I want to input it. So I'm going to go back to my diary and I am going to input it under lunch. So tap the plus sign next to lunch, add food, and it's on custom right now because that's what I was just working in, but normally it will say all, and you can just tap on custom. So get to custom and then select your sandwich if that's what you're wanting to select. So it's down here at the bottom, Turkey Club Sandwich. Tap it and then see the amount. So if you ate the full sandwich, leave it at 1. If you ate half, tap in the box, hit 0.5, that's half. If you only ate a quarter of it, same thing, 0.25, whatever portion you ate. So we're gonna say we only ate half, 0.5. And then all you do is hit add to diary. So there's your Turkey Club Sandwich from your restaurant. You only ate half of it. Let's say maybe tomorrow, go to the next day. Maybe the next day you eat the same sandwich for the same meal. You can hold your finger on the word lunch and swipe it to the right. And then those 3 dots are gonna pop up. You hit them. Then you say copy yesterday's group. So now you have your sandwich in there again. Or you delete it. Or you can do the same thing. Just add it again and it'll be under custom. And there it is, kind of in the middle there, Turkey Club Sandwich from Restaurant A. Tap on it and see it's still set to half. So it will still be half of the sandwich as the amount because that's what you inputted the most recent. Like you just inputted half the sandwich as your last entry, so it's still gonna show half the sandwich. So if you want to change it, maybe today you had half of the half. You didn't eat the full thing, so you can change that again. You can put, well, today I only had a quarter of that, so I only had a quarter of that sandwich. You can take it out and put 0.5 again, and then add to diary. So it will always be in there until you delete it, and if you make a recipe at your house that you would like to add, you can do the same thing. Just add the ingredients the same way, and then you can type out the instructions for that recipe if you prefer. But that is how you add a custom recipe.